morning, we're Jacob and Jenny, and we have arrived in Bruges.
We only have one day in this beautiful historic city, so we're going to try to make the most of it and see as much as we can in just this one day.
So let's get going.
Bruges is a city here in the northern part of Belgium. It became a very wealthy and powerful city back in the
11th century?
Using their really good trade routes to trade fabric from all the canals within the city that had easy access to the ocean. And it is just such a beautiful town. You can really tell that at one point it was a pretty major city. Everything is so ornate and just beautiful.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that this city at one point had some money because all of the buildings are just so, like Jacob said,
just gorgeous.
Gorgeous, yes.
We're just loving strolling around, taking everything in. Our first stop right here in the center of Bruges is the Belfort, which we are going to climb to the very top for a wonderful view of the entire city, kind of get the lay of the land before we start exploring the rest.
So I believe there's over 300, close to 400 steps all the way to the top. So far so good, but I know there's a lot more coming. The view from here is incredible, and I'm glad that everything is kind of fenced in and far away from the edge because I can kind of see everything, but I don't feel like I'm gonna like plummet. So I like that kind of whenever we go up somewhere when I feel secure at the top. Sore from climbing up all that way. But there were very nice views at the very top of the towers. It was nice getting to see the whole city from up high and getting to see what all the roofs look like and get to see the city at a different angle. It was a nice experience. So outside of the bell tower area is the market, which is kind of the main square of Bruges. It is very loud because I think there's a lot of businesses getting their morning deliveries. So it's been pretty bustling throughout here. In its heyday, it was kind of the center of all the shipping coming in and out. It used to be right on the canal. Now it isn't anymore, but you can kind of see there's still a bunch of liveliness in this market area. Mostly kind of restaurants and that sort of thing now, but it used to be kind of where they would trade and make textiles and different cloth materials and that sort of thing. So we are now at the Burg Square, which is a little bit different than the Market Square. This is the square where there's the City Hall, there's also a church and a courthouse, or what used to be a courthouse now is a museum. So this is kind of where more so like the People's Square, more the political and the religious heart of the city. As you come through the area where City Hall is, you come across where the fish market is. It used to be more of a fish market, and it still is today, but it's mostly just a souvenir shop. Yeah, fish market. So past the fish market is the next square that used to be the area for the tanning, so the leather industry, and the lion at the center of the square has the symbols of the tanners here. So because the city is known so much for its market and industry, you'll kind of see a lot of the different types of things they used to sell and make throughout the city as you go. So like fish and now leather. The name of the square, I'm not certain. We'll put it up. I don't know how to say it. It's a long name. Line? That I don't know how to say. But now this area is known more so for its restaurants and shops. So we're now in the Church of Our Lady, which is best known for the Madonna and Child from Michelangelo. It's said to be the only Michelangelo to leave Italy during Michelangelo's lifetime. And it is here in Bruges. Some wealthy merchants from Bruges bought the statue and had it placed here and are also buried underneath this area as well. So it was supposed to stay in Bruges, and that's what the owners of it wanted, but it had been stolen twice since it has been here, once by Napoleon and the other time during Hitler's reign. So after all of that, it kept getting brought back here and it's been here since.
Oh, that church was really pretty. Just gorgeous inside. It's so bright. I don't think I've ever been in a church that's just so bright. The windows, just the massive windows around there and the white columns just make it feel so open and inviting, which is pretty unique from the other churches that we've been to in Europe. And then the addition in there of the just stunningly gorgeous Michelangelo, so intricate. Anytime you can see one, it's quite a treat. But now I think we are a little bit hungry and are gonna try and find something for lunch.
So we just finished up our lunch, which was absolutely amazing. I will be thinking about that stew for a very long time to come. But before we move on with doing, anything else, we obviously have to get a boat tour, canal tour of the city. It is, it's late November, so we did read that there's a possibility we might not be able to get one because they're mostly a summer thing, so we're hoping that we can do a canal tour even though it's late in the fall. So let's go see if we can.
So ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome aboard. Anybody know the movie here in Bruges with Colin Farrell? This was the famous hotel. It's also a symbol of the freedom, the wealth, and the power of the cities in the medieval times.
The next thing we are going to do is a brewery tour of the Half Moon Brewery. One of the things that Belgium is known for is the beer here. So we're hoping to take a tour of the brewery and also hopefully taste some beer as well.
And starts in 1856 with this gentleman on the top here and Remains the first.
So we just finished up our brewery tour, which was very nice because they preserved a lot of the brewery in the 1950s, and that's pretty much what you saw.
And I'm still speaking here about the bottom fermentation beer.
So it wasn't the really modern, it's like modern parts of the brewery that we were touring. We're actually touring a lot of the more historic parts of the brewery, which is interesting. If you're afraid of heights or don't want to climb a lot of narrow stairs, it might not be the right tour for you. But we got a lot out of it, and it was about an hour, which most brewery tours run faster. And we get to finish with the beer, so right now we're relaxing with our beer after our tour. The last stop of the day is the old chocolate house for some hot chocolate. This is the thing I was looking forward to most. And the style of hot chocolate is a little bit different than just like powdered hot chocolate. So you take a cup of milk and then you pour your whatever kind of chocolate you got into the glass and you mix it up, and that's how you get your hot chocolate. So I got a pistachio one and Jacob got a salted caramel one. So no further talking, it is time to drink some hot chocolate. Alright, put this in. Oh my gosh, it's heavy. Oh, it's a whisk. That makes sense. Chocolate getting really rich. really, really rich. Very good.
So that chocolate was an amazing way to end our day.
Yes, definitely. And now we are a little bit tired, worn out, and very, very stuffed. So we are gonna call it a day here in Bruges. But
It's just been a lovely, lovely day exploring this gorgeous city.
Definitely. But we are gonna spend a few more days in Belgium, so make sure you keep watching, subscribe so you can see all of those. And if you like this video, give us a big thumbs up.
Yep. We will see you next time.
Bye.
So good. It's like caramel bread. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like caramelized bread and it's perfect.